the seams and all of the caulking. There's a couple of skylights inside the trailer also. So the skylights are two pieces, outside on the roof and inside. You can't see the corners unless you're on the roof, okay? So that's the stuff that you're gonna check. The caulking is not covered by your warranty, okay? That's a wear item. So if you see anything happen, you gotta get some Dicor self-leveling sealant. It's a caulking tube, so you put that in the caulking gun. Any of the area, you just brush it off lightly with a, bristle, clean it up. Don't cut out the old caulking, all right? Now, once you've got that done, you're just grouping the caulking on top of it. It fills the cracks and all the seams automatically, self-levels itself. So you don't need to smoothen it or anything. Just group it on and let it dry. You're good to go, okay? So every year you're gonna do that in the fall time up on top, all right? So starting at the back here, just so you know that it is pre-wired for a camera. That's the bracket right there. So inside I'll show you, they're a little bit pricey, but I'll show you the camera when we get inside. I'm going to show you a whole bunch of stuff and just advise you what you need, what's nice to have, and what you don't need. So I don't get paid to sell you parts. Okay. All right, I just am a trainer that shows you how to use your trailer. Yeah. And just so you know, I've been camping since the 60s with my
Wow.
So lots of experience. Yeah. Here's the hot water tank. So you open it by turning that little thing there. The door comes down. This is a Dometic, all right, water tank. That's important to know because this doesn't have a nanode rod inside it. A nanode rod's a magnesium rod that protects the inside of the other brand, which is Suburban, okay? But you don't have to worry about this. This is the only thing you have to worry about, is this plastic cap goes on the pipe right there, okay? Don't replace this with metal because it will bugger up the threads. This is $3.75. The hot water tank is $1,000. And if that gets buggered, you have to replace your tank.
I'm just gonna buy 10 of that.
Yes, exactly. Much cheaper. So get it, and you're available anywhere. It's like when you're traveling, Canadian Tire sells them, Walmart sells them. It's just a cap that goes on the end of a hot water tank, okay? So right now, this is all winterized. So you have to summarize it before you use it, okay? To summarize it, you're gonna put the cap on the pipe, like so. Marty, you're gonna know how to do this after I'm finished, because I keep talking about it. So you tighten this right up, and then just give it a little bit of a snug with a wrench or some sort of a socket on there, okay? Don't over tighten it though, because that's how they get wrecked. That's all you have to do to summarize it from this side, okay? Over here, inside this panel right here, there's a screw and a screw. You take that off, there's some valves back there. You change the valve to the open position. They're closed right now, okay? Inside the trailer itself, there's a big decal that will show you what the positions are that they put, okay?
So right now there's antifreeze in this thing.
Right now there's antifreeze.
And you want to get that antifreeze out to
Yeah.
the camping.
Yeah. Okay, so what
It's
you're...
winterized right there.
Yeah, it's winterized.
So these two thread,
Yep.
remove it, and
Yeah.
there's the two valve that's gonna open it.
There's two or possibly three, but I'm thinking two on this particular model, okay?
Then I have a question. This thing, what the?
So, you're jumping ahead.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so that's how you summarize, okay? Now when you winterize, you've been using this. The first thing you do is take the pressure off right here. That's your pressure valve, okay? So you just pull that towards you. Any of the water or pressure that's in there is going to spray out on the side here and then drip down the side here. Once the pressure is taken off, then you can remove the cap. The water runs down there. That's how you drain out. Yeah. Once that's done, you go to the back side, you close the valve for the winter because you don't want antifreeze in the hot water tank. That's 6 gallons and it's just wasting antifreeze as well as it leaves kind of a funny film on the inside of the tank. You feel it on your skin.
Okay.
It's not harmful or anything, just feels really weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your hot water tank. Everything is automatic in here. So everything is controlled by the switches inside the trailer. Okay. All right, so to close this, pull this little tab toward you and turn it like that. And clip it down. This is the furnace. This is just for your information. So hot is the exhaust. This is the intake. That's the exhaust. Okay, make sure nothing covers over that, because otherwise, you know, you'll get carbon monoxide poisoning. And if it's Rubbermaid kind of a lid, it'll melt it. Okay. Here's how you get the power to your trailer. This is our cord that we use, drag it around. Yours is in the front. I'll show you that. Okay. This is a 30 amp trailer. So that's the most common at all the campgrounds in the province. So what happens is there's a little tab that is shaped like the letter L. You line it up, give this a twist. If you're staying anywhere for any length of time, so longer than the weekend, you can put the collar on so this doesn't get knocked off. Okay, but most people just leave it hanging like this because it's quick and easy to take it off, right? When you plug it in, the light will come on here. You've got power to your unit. All right? That's the back side of your trailer pretty well. Now, first thing you're going to do when you're pulling into a site or backing into a site is level the trailer side to side. So carry a little level with you, or on your phone you can carry the app, use the Bubble app, and you just put it across here to check side to side. So what you're going to do is carry some blocks of wood, about 6 by 6 by an inch, and you're going to put them under the tires of the side that's low. Okay, so when you drive up, it's going to pick it up and it's going to level it out. It doesn't have to be perfectly level, but it has to be comfortable inside when you're walking and sleeping in there. Okay, so once you've got it to that point, now you're going to go to the front and unhook your truck. So you're going to be nose high. All right, drive your truck and park it safely. Come back to the nose, use the jack, and you lower this. Front to back, it's going to be level now, okay? After you've got that, you come here and lower the stabilizer jacks. These are not to pick the trailer up, okay? That's light metal. It will break if you put too much pressure on that. So in the front compartment, there is a wrench, a crank, that is a 3/4 inch socket on a handle. You can take an electric drill if you want, put a 3/4 inch socket on there, and bring this down, but finish it with the crank. So the last 2 turns on it, you do manually, okay? You do that all the way around, and now your trailer is all nice and level and set up, okay? Then you can bring the slide out from the inside once you've got it all level, all right? This is the sewer system on here. So your black tank and your gray tank are right here. Both of these ones come out of this sewer line right here. So to drain this thing, you're going to drain the black tank first, okay? These are always to stay shut. Right now they're open. That's the shut position right there, okay? So, because it's winterized, we leave them open, okay? So black tank first, you pull it toward, after you've got your sewer line on here, we give you a starter one. It's a very inexpensive one. You're going to want to upgrade it at the end of the year, okay? I'm going to show you again inside what to look for when you are upgrading it, okay? But for now, you can use that one to start. Goes on here, down into the sewer hole if you have one at your site, okay? Pull the black tank out, open. While it's running, always carry with you a green garden hose, the cheapest one you can find, because you're going to use it for the sewer cleanup, okay? So you take that garden hose, you hook it up to the water source, wherever you are, and you put it right into here. This is the black tank flush. So inside the black tank, the water sprays around like this, then it rinses down all the sides of the tank and drains out here while this is open, okay? So you're doing it while the black tank is open.
Do I need to wait to drink the black tank before I put water?
Yes, that way you won't forget. and overflow inside. Okay, it's too easy to do it that way. So start draining first, then put the water on here to flush it out. Okay, you run that for 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, once that 4 or 5 minutes is over, shut the water off, disconnect it from here, close the black valve once you hear it stop running. All right, then open the gray valve. The gray valve is soap water from the shower and the sink and stuff like that inside here. Okay, that washes out the sewer line. Okay, once you're finished with that one, you can take it to the front here. There's a separate gray tank up here. That's just gray. So now you can connect it, drain that one. All right, once you're finished now with this one, you go back to the garden hose, rinse the line out, and then store the sewer line right here. And that way it gets right inside there. Okay? And this just goes back on. You can see it's got little vents in there to keep it all dry, or let it dry out properly. Okay? Any questions?
No.
Okay, it's pretty straightforward when you just follow that process and that order of things, okay? All right, so this is a Schwintek slide. Yeah, style. So you do not have to do any kind of lubrication on these things. So
Okay.
this is just use it in and out, okay? What you do have to look after is the rubber around the seal. So inside again, I'll show you the RV product. It's a spray. It's a rubber conditioner with UV protection built into it. So you just spray it on across the top, down the other side, and then wipe it off all the way around. And every 3 months you have to do that. It keeps the rubber soft and keeps it from cracking. Okay, that's the big thing. Just the outside, because that's in the sun, the inside's not in the sun, so you don't have to worry about it. All right, that's the maintenance you have to do on a slide.
Okay.
Okay, so when you're leaving the campground now, you're going to pop up onto the roof if you want, or if you have a little ladder with you, step stool, pop up so you can see the top of the slide. Carry a soft broom with you and just sweep that off to get any of the twigs and any acorns and stuff like that that are going to accumulate up there, because you don't want that coming into your trailer. Okay, if you miss it, what's going to end up happening is there's a rubber flap up there that it's going to jam into. It's going to misshapen it, and then water will get in your trailer.
Okay.
You don't want that. This is the back of your fridge right here. So just gonna open this up for you. If you are new, well, it doesn't matter. I tell everybody this little story. So I read this in a blog about 11 years ago now. Okay, I have a 1999 Pace Aero motorhome. Has the original fridge in it. So I've been doing this since I got it. So every spring I get in here and I open these up. Right here, that's the back of your fridge. You take the screw off here, here, and here. Behind that is the chimney for the fridge. It's right here. You can peek in here if you want, and then right down to the side. You can see the bottom of it there.
Yep.
So you're going to get some air in there and blow it up. It's going to exhaust right here. So wear your hat, wear some safety glasses so you don't get anything in the face. What happens is in the fall and during the camping season, and also worse in the spring, stuff gets inside that chimney and you want to get it out of there. Stuff like pine needles and cottonwood in Winnipeg, that's really bad. So those are fire hazards. So clean that out as best you can, and then
So
you'll
I
be
need
safe.
to put something to clean it.
No, just air is all you need to do. Okay.
Oh, air.
The other thing it does is it keeps the plate inside there clean. So there's a little plate that looks like this. The propane flame is underneath of it when you're using it on the gas setting. That heats this liquid, goes down this pipe to the plate, heats the liquid, that turns it into a gas. It goes around the fridge, it absorbs the heat from inside the fridge, That makes it turn back into a liquid and gather right there again, okay? Also in that plate, there's an electric element. That's the 120 watt side of your fridge, okay? So if you can keep that clean, it doesn't work as hard. It's more efficient and it'll last longer, okay? Like I said, mine's 22 years old now and it's still the same fridge inside my motor.
Is this really get from ice?
No, that's from the snow and that'll blow in here. It's okay. This is sealed from the back side here. That's why it's all got that tar and that on it, okay? So after you're finished blowing this clean, take a vacuum cleaner and vacuum everything up. And that keeps it nice and neat and shows that you're taking care of your stuff. Okay? So this just goes back into the little holes. Push that in, you push that in. And if your fingers are strong enough, you can turn it by hand. I can't because I got arthritis. So I just use the flat screwdriver. And you give it a little pull to see that it's back in place. It is, and that's it. That's sitting in its spot now. All right, you don't have to do nothing with that one up there. That's just an exhaust vent. All right.
So I just can just clean it. Just
Yep, that's it. So this is your range hood vent. Just know that there's, again, nothing to do underneath here. When you turn it on inside, it just works on the outside. So that's just so you know what that is. So I already showed you your gray tank right here. The valve to drain that is right here. All right. Your vent. This is a vent cover. A little breather tube is all it is. So that's just covering up that little vent inside here. Underneath here, this is where you bring the water in, okay? You will need to buy yourself the white and blue safe drinking water hose. I'll show you that inside again, the proper one, okay? Don't use a garden hose. Garden hoses now have lead in them, and you don't want to ingest lead, especially little ones. They're more susceptible to old guys and little ones. But you want the lead-free one inside. I'll show you that. You just use the garden hose for the sewer. Okay? So you're going to bring the water into the critter right here. So you bring it up through the bottom, and you hook it into here. All right. You can get yourself a little elbow.
yep, I saw that.
Yeah, and you just, it's just a regular nozzle that goes in. Okay. So once you turn your water on, if you're at a campground that has full service, then you're going to leave it in the city water position, which is right here. Okay.
Okay.
But if you're filling up your tank by using this, you need to move that up here. So this essentially is a fresh tank water bypass. Okay. So just to fill right here, to use it when you have water, right? Yes. Yes. So on this fill, if you look underneath here, towards the back, you're going to see a white valve with a blue tube hanging down there right by the back wheel on the other side. So that's the overflow for the fresh tank. So when this is full, that's going to start draining the water out of it, okay? That's how you tell. Okay. Now, if you ever have to drain your tank, now it's nice and quick. It's that white valve right there. You just pull it and it's fresh water, so it just goes right on the ground. Okay. Up top, this is the battery disconnect right here. So this is the on position right now. You turn it counterclockwise to disconnect the battery and pull this out and leave it hanging. That way you know it's disconnected. Okay, it's visual. All right. To put this back in, the post goes in the groove right there. Push it in and turn it clockwise. It won't come out when it's engaged. Okay, so that's how you can tell. I'll tell you when we go inside. I'll show you how to why you need that, why you need to use this, okay, and when. Over here you got a 120 plug, so that's for charging up power tools, or if you have a little shop vac, cleaning this area up, you know, or whatever else you have to put in there. And the cable or satellite comes in here. So it tells you which is which. It just comes up through the floor again, and you just bring it over and screw it onto this spot here.
Okay.
All right. Now, excuse me. This is after you've dumped. Sometimes you're going to get stuff on your shoes. Okay. Sometimes the dump stations are kind of nasty anyways. This is to clean up afterwards. So hot and cold water right here. You just quick connect the hose in right here. Okay, and then you just clean yourself up. All right. This is your cord. There's the little tab. Yep, there's the little tab that's shaped like the letter L. So you line it up, give it a twist. You can lock this in if you want at that time. Okay. This is the end that plugs into the campground power source. So that's a 30 amp trailer, like I said. This is your 30 to 15. Okay,
So
adapter.
I cannot plug it in the house.
Correct. Now, you can use everything in the trailer except for your air conditioner. Don't run your air conditioner when you use this. It will burn it out. I've done it.
I will take your
Lesson learned.
Yeah, I've done it. So I still got that one to go in there from 3 years ago. So yeah, that's how you do, or what you do with that.
But
Okay?
anything that we can use, we can plug electric fan, we can
Yeah.
use the coffee maker.
Yeah, everything. Just the air conditioning. Here's your sewer hose that we give you. You can see it's very thin, and it's a small dripper on that. Okay, it'll work to start with, but I'll show you the better one so that you're going to want to buy eventually. Or if you choose to buy anything from the parts department today, you get 10% off as well. So just know that as well when we're walking.
Okay.
Okay. One more thing here. You got a little light switch right here, and that is for the front lights here. So, somewhere.
Where is it?
Not on this one. See what's that?
It's not the light inside
No. Actually,
or outside light.
it's for dumping. This trailer, remember we had to ask what the heck
Maybe
that was for before because we couldn't figure it out. Nobody seemed to know. They just came with this light switch on it. But it's one of your lights underneath on the side here. You'll see it when you have this thing out. It's right here. So, that little blue light right
Yep,
there.
I can see there's blue.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah. I don't think there's one back here. Yeah, there is one back here too.
So when
one
you're
more
draining
thing,
at night?
Marty made a good point. Remember how we said when you're summarizing this thing or winterizing it, you want to drain the antifreeze out of the lines or the water out of the lines? That's those two pipes right there. Those are your low point drains. So to summarize it, you take the caps off both of those and let the antifreeze just drain out. Okay, you can do it that way, or you can just flush water through it and you put it into your tanks.
Okay.
Okay, because the antifreeze is non-toxic.
Okay.
Okay, but in the fall, to get the water out of the lines, that's when you take those off, open a faucet up on hot and cold.
And it will drain there in the blue.
Yeah,
And if I want to put the antifreeze, I just put the.
no, you actually put it in through the pump. So that's just to drain. Okay, the antifreeze is drawn into the trailer right behind here. You take these screws off here. There's the pump hose right back on this side here, I believe, is how
So
it
you
is.
I have to remove the screw.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's where it's going to be. Okay. Unless I could find a some result on this one, but it's usually in behind this panel. And then the hose just kind of pops off too. This one we didn't have that on the inside, did we? Do you remember? Okay. Sorry? Yeah, so we'll look around in the inside to see if there is another access point on that, all right? But that's what this switch is for. It's actually to light those things up,
Okay.
all right? So up here, you do have a light. It's a sensor light. So down turns it on, and up towards the sensor, that's the sensor setting. So now when you put motion on it, see it comes on? That's how it works. The middle is off. Okay? Right next to it right there, that little clip plastic thing, that's advertising. They want you to buy tire pressure monitoring system. So you don't need to do that. It doesn't talk to your truck. It's just another thing, like kind of like the camera, but I mean, everybody checks their tire pressure before you head out on the road. Tire pressure should be set as right here, okay?
So
just
my
take-
tire pressure is 65 psi.
There you go. So just check with your gauge before you head on the highway.
What front size? Even my truck, I need to put 65 psi.
No, that's for the trailer.
I
only.
just
Yeah, your truck will have it in the door
yeah,
of your truck.
I get
So
my
yeah,
35.
yeah. So these ones are pretty high pressure, so that's what you need to keep them at. Okay.
In
You don't-
summer, I can put the 60 in summer because
Yeah.
the road is, the air is gonna expand.
Yeah, just leave it at what it says. Cold. That's cold. The air expands from there to whatever, but cold it should be 60, 65. Did you say?
60 or 65.
65. Yeah. Cold.
Cold. So we don't have.
Just-
I just
Just check them periodically like you do with your truck.
Yeah.
Like you want to keep those tires inflated.
Yeah.
You don't want to pull it on a soft tire or something like
Yeah,
that.
they'll
So
blow out on
just
you.
like your truck, maintenance every once in a while, go around and check your tires. and-
Yeah. Okay. So this is kept up by the magnet right here and here. So you don't have to worry about any plastic pieces breaking on you anymore. It's nice and convenient.
it's not gonna even hit my head.
Yeah, it won't. It'll hold it up now for you. So underneath here, you have your battery, brand new battery in there. It's all charged up, ready to go. When you're plugged into a power source at home or on the campground, it's charging the battery. When you're plugged into your truck, it's charging up. So as long as you have the power, you need a power source on it.
Because I ordered 2 batteries.
Okay, that we'll check on the with the sales deal. That's not part of what I do.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll talk about that.
About the because I'm gonna put 2 batteries.
Yeah.
So what appliances usually I can run except the microwave and aircon? Everything I can.
So your stove and oven is run off propane. Your furnace is run off of 12 volt and propane for the heat. Okay, the blower is 12 volt. So you can run any of the vent fans on the roof, and you can run all the lights inside there. Plus, you're also running your fridge in there. Now, your fridge, you need 12 volt to operate the brain part. Propane is how it actually cools it off.
So how long? I saw everything except the 2, the aircon and the
Yep.
microwave. I can use
This will last you
In the fridge.
easily a long weekend.
the 2
Easily.
batteries.
2 batteries, you're going to have even more power. 1 battery will get you a long weekend for
Oh,
sure.
that's only one now?
Yes, for
There's
now.
room
He's
for
got
2 batteries
he's
if
got
you
the
want
second.
plug
He's
it.
got the second one on. He's supposed to have it. So we'll talk
Oh,
to the
okay.
guys inside.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's one thing that we don't deal with any of the sales part of it. To show you how to use it.
Thanks for
That's it.
catching me up.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll talk to Chad or to who's your salesperson?
Kyle.
Kyle.
Young Kyle.
Kyle and
Yeah.
Luca.
Okay. Kyle Gallant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we'll catch him inside there now. So battery is there. Like I said, it all charges up. Under here is your propane tanks. Okay. So here is the regulator. This points to the tank that's open. So this tank right now is open. All right. This tank is closed. Only run one at a time because it never fails. You run out of propane on a day like today when it's cold and you need some heat inside, and everybody's mad now because you can't buy it. Okay. So one at a time, then you know you got to fill it. To change tanks, you just push that down and around like that. Now open this one, close this one. Now you can take it off and go get it filled. All right. When you do change your tanks, you're obviously going to loosen this off. Okay, this just lifts off and the tanks come on. When you put this back on, down like that, it's nice and tight. Okay. They give you a bungee cord if you want to tighten it underneath. That's if you're nervous. We've never lost one. We don't use them, okay? Just so you know. But if you're nervous driving with it, then just here and on the back side over here. Yeah, it goes under the crate. So you can this up as well to change your propane tanks, and it's a little bit hard to get to the switch still, okay? You can see there, but you can close and open everything right here. When you put this back on like I just did, always make sure that these nuts are on the back side, because the air comes over your truck, and if these are the wrong way, it's going to tear this right off. You'll see lots of these missing on trailers in the campgrounds. Okay, so these just actually roll forward a little bit, and then you push it down and snap this back in place. And just tighten it up a little bit. All right. So when the guys hook you up, they'll explain more. Did you buy a hitch?
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to put that on and explain it all to you. But the young guys do all that stuff when you come to get it. So this is just pretty self-explanatory otherwise. Retract and extend, so up and down. And it has a light on here for night hookups. Okay? All right, come around here.
Hey, Reggie. Tell them about
Oh,
the
yes.
annual winch and stuff.
So if you have any problems with your winch, and again, the guys would do that Marty for us when they do it. So you pop this rubber off here, and there's a driver nut, again a 3/4 inch. So that same crank inside here, which is on this side, goes in, and you can bring this up and down using this nut. Okay, a lot of people use just their socket set with a 3-inch on it, extender, and that goes really quickly. So bring that up and down. That's in case of emergency.
Yeah, just in case you're stuck with no power
Yeah.
or something, you
Yeah.
can crank her up and down.
Oh yeah.
Which shouldn't happen with your 2 batteries on your trailer.
Yeah.
This is the crank.
Okay.
3/4 inch. This is what goes on here and on there. Okay?
Sorry to stop you.
That's okay. Over here, you got another light with the sensor on it. So same as the other one. You can see the little gray bowl. That's the sensor. So towards the sensor, that's the sensor position. Away is on constant. So if you were to get right up close to that, you're going to see a Roman numeral 1 and a Roman numeral 2.
Yeah.
Number 2 is the sensor
Sensor.
position. Okay. All right.
So that would be sweet to have. If you're
Yeah.
just camping at night or whatever, you stick your hand in there, the light's going to turn on.
Yeah, you can open the door and it's
Oh,
gonna
that's
turn on.
sweet.
So we'll bring the awning out for you from the inside. Actually, you're going to do it, and I'll explain a couple of things about this for you and tell you something about the electric awnings to be aware of.
Can I just stop you for a second?
Yeah.
What's that holder for?
That hole is for the tire. So you take your crank and it drops the tire down straight
Spare
in the middle.
tires underneath the
Yeah.
trailer?
Oh yeah.
Like a truck.
So this one too?
Yeah,
Thanks. And what do you use to crank that down?
that same crank.
Same one
Oh,
there.
okay. Cool.
Okay.
Sorry to stop you.
No, that's okay.
Thank you. At least.
So up top, you're gonna.
I'm gonna be afraid. Where's the tire?
Yeah. Hey, there's no spare on this thing. Oh yeah, it's underneath. Whenever you can't find anything on a Grand Design, look underneath. Because
Yeah.
cupboards and everything, that's where they hide stuff. You got your awning light strip. Again, we'll turn that on when we go inside. But you have your speakers outside. They have lights inside of them as well. When you turn your awning lights on, the lights and the speakers come on. It's part of the exterior lighting. All right. So your door here, it does have a tie back right here to hold it in place, but it is a stiff hinge. Okay. So the wind will close it, but it won't slam it on you. We've got.
This is still. It will not gonna come out when I'm driving.
No.
Oh, there's a lock.
No, it goes, if you watch it when it goes in, you can see it goes down. It goes right over and down a bit. So that's what keeps it in there. Again, if you're nervous, you can put a bungee cord across it. They don't come out though, you know, so that's what these holes are for right there if you want.
But remember to put that step up.
Yeah,
When
that's
you-
the
when
key
you're done.
part. And the other thing to remember, always grab it where it tells you, like this, and bring it out, and then this little handle right here, and bring it out. If you grab it by the stair itself, you're gonna, yeah, exactly.
You will learn your lesson.
Yes, that's right. So, this also has a tank fill on this side of the trailer. So this is where, so for convenience. This is just a straight right into the tank, because the tank is right underneath here, okay?
So I will put up the...
You don't have to do that for this side. So it's for convenience. If you're easier to get at it on the other side with your hose, use the other side. If it's easier over here, use this side. This side is manual though. Everything just goes right into the tank. And again, when it's filled, that same tube is right over here, so it's gonna come out that, yeah. It'll
Just
also,
like, I can also put cross there or
Yep.
jug.
yep. So the other thing to know about this is when it is full on this side, if it doesn't start coming out of there, the air may be pushing the water back here faster than that overflow. Okay, over here, your TV antenna, or cable hookup right here, and then a 120 plug right here. Okay, this is good, not necessarily for watching TV, but for coffee makers and stuff like that while you're sitting outside here. But in your kitchen, you also have a plug right there. Okay, this is not a sensor light, just on-off light. All right. This only operates on 120. Okay, not your battery. So this is just like a little dorm style fridge. There's your control right there for on and off, and then all of the inner guide and stuff like that is in there as well. Okay, so stove top is right here. This has the wings on it like the old Coleman stoves used to have. So now you put it like that, you take the hose, which is right here, and you attach the hose into the quick connect, which is right here. Okay. Turn the valve on. So the valve is right there.
So on one.
Yeah, it's a little valve, ball valve. Okay. So
It's on right now.
yeah,
That's off.
yeah. So just put that on. Put that in here. Like I said, like a quick connect. Open the valve. Come up top here. Turn it to the high position, which is right here, and barbecue lighter is how you use to start it. Okay, there's no sparker on this one. Now when you're traveling, you do have to have this off, and it does mount, as you can see, in these little clips right on here. So up here, there we go. Got it. Yeah, you kind of have to get your fingers underneath there and push it up. It'll be a lot better in the summertime because it won't be so cold and stiff. Now to put this away, just pull this out to the maximum amount, tilt the lid back, goes like that, and it locks in place. Now you can bring this down, and you can lock it too. Right? Okay, any questions on the outside? Oh, sorry. So, this is your port for the curly hose that's in the front, remember, for spraying? So if you set up a camp kitchen, you're gonna get yourself a little table that goes right here. Camco camp tables were the big thing last year. We don't sell them, but you can get them online or, you know, other places in town. So set your table up here. Now you can have a basin. You can put water in that so that you can rinse the dishes off before you bring them in to wash them or anything like that that needs soaking. If you need to heat water, you can use the stove to heat a pot of water or kettle of water, and you can do everything outside. So this just allows you to have water at the back. This is only cold water, all right? That's what's in there. There we go. All right, let's go inside then. Any other questions? Outside? Okay, just inside the door here, you go ahead.
is the heat.
Actually, right here, you see the awning right at the bottom, the arrows?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to extend that, all right? So you press and hold on that. Extend. Is that the down position? The down position.
This
Yeah.
one.
There you go. Okay, try it again because it was flashing.
Like, it's rolling now.
Here, okay. Okay, so what you're looking for is there's a balance curtain at the end of the tube. All right. I don't know if we'll get to it. I'm sure we will, but we may not with this guy beside us. So I'm going to point it out where it falls. Right there, and stop. Right there. That's fully extended. That's how you want to have this out, okay? Now, these things are susceptible. You can stay there. It's okay. These things are susceptible in the wind, all right? So they'll start to bounce. So when it bounces, you bring it right in immediately. It doesn't matter how the settings on the side are at all. It will fold up on itself safely, okay? And what I mean by that is, just a second, you can pitch the water off of this tent or awning, or have it lower just by taking and grabbing it here and pulling this down. Okay, see how it's angled?
Yeah.
Now the water will drain this way. Okay, your kitchen is here though, so you're more likely going to want to do it to the front. See that big yellow sticker right there?
Yes.
That you can pull that down. There you go, and it just stays down. Now the water will drain that way. Okay. In the spring and in the fall, you can have both of them down. Now you got more shade underneath here. But it doesn't matter how it's set. When it starts to bounce, you bring it back in. And that will automatically fold itself. It's designed to fold itself up properly. So back inside and bring it in and watch this corner over here if you can see it.
I'm gonna go down.
You see that elbow is going to straighten itself right out. Yeah,
Wait, there's a plastic.
the plastic, that's the gutter.
The white one.
Is it the tape?
That's the, sorry, the tag you mean?
The
Okay.
white,
The white
is that the tape?
tape.
It's just a piece of
Masking tape.
Duct tape, yeah, duct tape.
It's not punctured.
No. We'll get somebody to peel that off of there for you. So now this is in the travel position, okay? Up top here, you can see the plug on the head, right at the very top. That's to get to the motor should something happen. Same thing as the jack. There's a little driver nut in there. So you take your drill and you can bring it in manually if you want. And if you haven't got your drill, you can take your socket set and bring it in. Okay? That's
I
where
need
it
the
is.
ladder.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, coming inside.